This event started as a challenge I gave to local teenagers, a challenge to create an imaginative, wearable outfit from reused, repurposed, and recycled materials. 18 students took on that challenge. Each of them got a photo shoot with me, and the contestants are now standing by their photo. To bring you tonight, for their first Salem appearance, the Jump to Funk Trashion Collective. Jump to Funk is an eco-edutainment company from Portland that has been using avant-garde trashion created out of everyday thrown-away materials for over 6 years in order to get people to think differently about waste. Initially an annual runway contest, Jump to Funk is now a sustainability-centric event, entertainment provider, bringing their trashion to the masses. Please welcome to the stage Jump to Funk's founder and chief instigator, Lindsay Newkirk.
Thank you, everybody, and it's a pleasure to be in Salem this evening. So I'd like to start off with the basics here. I want to make sure, does everyone in the room recycle? Okay. I just wanted to make sure that we're on the same team. Well, being from Portland, you can guess we really like to brag about all things green and sustainable that we do up north. But it turns out I've learned that Salem is also pretty in the know when it comes to the whole reduce, reuse, recycle thing. I recently found out that Salem and Kaiser added food waste residential service a year and a half before Portland. So now you guys get to brag. Yeah. So I hope everyone here, if not composting their backyard, is utilizing this resource. This is awesome because more than 34 million tons of food waste was thrown away in the US, making food waste the single largest component of our country's waste stream. So this opportunity alone could reduce the waste stream by 20%. What Portland does have over Salem, however, is our recent ban on plastic bags. Introducing Chelsea, wearing Chinese lantern dress created out of used plastic grocery bags. No longer will those troublesome plastic bags be found in grocery stores or big box stores. Luckily, before the ban, one of our talented designers had the foresight to hold on to the handful of these soon-to-be extinct relics. So here's a little quiz. Sorry. Are you guys ready for a quiz? From an eco perspective, which is better, paper or plastic? Paper. That was a trick question. You should use neither. You should be using your reusable bag. I know. Thank you, Chelsea. Please welcome Heather, wearing Take Me Out to the Ball Game, created out of discarded athletic jersey and baseball caps. So are there any ladies in the audience that have a husband or a boyfriend that just ratty old t-shirt, the college athletic jersey or baseball cap? I hear you ladies, it's just darn right embarrassing when they wear that stuff. Don't you wish they would just throw it out already? Well, instead of throwing it straight in the trash, why not just transform it into fun evening wear? Thank you, Heather. Our trash certainly comes from strange places, doesn't it? Our next garment is no exception. Please welcome Mary, wearing all tied up, created out of baling twine collected at a horse farm in rural Washington. You know, I also recently learned that Marion County, one of the great sponsors of this evening's event, has created a reuse network to help promote businesses that offer at least 50% used merchandise at their stores. Not that you buy a dress made out of baling twine to wear at your next fundraising gala, but it's a good reminder that there are so many useful goods that are thrown away on a regular basis. They might not be able to be recycled, but they could be reused. It's super important to support these reuse businesses because from an environmental perspective, reuse is the holy grail of reducing our impact as consumers. Thank you, Mary. Up next, wearing a sequins top made out of old records and a skirt made out of an old bedspread, please welcome Krissa wearing analog. We really broke the record on this one. Spending over 200 hours punching these sequins from old records, while not necessarily in the category of e-waste, it does remind us how quickly our technology becomes obsolete with newer, faster and flashier replacements luring us in on a regular basis. Technology certainly has its benefits, but before you're tempted, it's important to think about the hazardous, valuable, and scarce materials contained in our electronics, and that the recycling and disposal of e-waste is far from a successful pretty picture. But don't worry, no rare classics were hurt in the making of this dress. These reclaimed albums wouldn't even sell at her garage sale for 50 cents. Thank you, Krissa. So what are we supposed to do with all of this waste? The waste that can't be recycled? We're not trying to convince you to wear Trashion. That would be ridiculous, don't you think? But maybe it's worth saying no to those urges to purchase a new flashy this or a slick new that if there isn't going to be an opportunity to recycle it when you're done. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get creative and to think differently about our stuff. So what would you do in a room with an inflatable mattress, a vinyl bag, an old sheet, and fake flowers? Call Grandma for a weekend getaway? Better than that, a Junk to Funk designer created Avant Garden, worn tonight by Anya. As a rubbish reformer, Anya is the queen of taking her unwanted stuff, and rather than throwing them in the garbage can, she creates sidewalk piles of some pretty awesome goodies that are free for the taking for her local community members. Her free piles usually last about 2 hours before everything is gone. Way to share, Anya.
Awesome.
And thank you. We did a quick costume change. I hope she's ready. Please welcome back to the stage Chelsea, wearing a crown royal gown. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens when creative reuse meets 500 bottles of Crown Royal whiskey. Okay, so I'm sure everyone in the room is savvy with donating or consigning your unwanted clothes for reuse rather than sending them to the landfill. But what about these really cool, non-wearable textiles? It's especially painful to throw away unwanted fabrics when they look this good turned into Trashion. And don't worry folks, no livers were seriously harmed in the making of this dress. The designer's husband is a bar owner, so it was easy to catch and collect these pretty decorative pouches over a few months' time. Thank you, Chelsea. So you know, while our recycling rates are increasing, which is a good thing, so are our landfill disposal rates. This is a bad thing. This means we're buying and throwing away more stuff than ever. In fact, this is twice as much as we were 30 years ago. So you may have heard the statement, if the rest of the planet consumed like Americans, we'd need 4 planets to satisfy those needs. So are we telling you the answer is to stop buying stuff? Of course not. Everyone needs at least some stuff to meet his or her basic aesthetic and daily activity needs. We're just asking you to consider what it might look like if we were to do things a little differently. Models. Imagine a world in which there was no such thing as trash. That everything we threw away was perceived as a valuable resource, used to create something new, or as a nutrient for the earth. What if long-lasting and repairable purchases ruled over cheap prices? What if durable was more convenient than disposables, and we valued doing stuff instead of buying stuff? Consider that low impact doesn't have to mean sacrifice, but is a means to reclaim your time, money, and pursuit of happiness. What if the ultimate measure of coolness were how little you bought, and how much you shared, and how much you creatively reused? So speaking of coolness, let's give a hand to our trashy yet lovely models for the evening. And to Sarah from Studio Sub Duo for coordinating Trash Fashion Premiere and hosting Junk to Funk here tonight. Premiere event? That's why we're here, right? Okay. First up, introducing Trashion, created by Aaliyah, modeled by her sister, Alina. Made from French newspaper and magazine scraps, electrical tape, produce net, broken CDs, trash bag, and VHS tape. Thank you, Alina. Up next we have Reach for the Stars by Taylor Cheek. Modeled by Cassie Kennedy. Made from trash bags, Milky Way wrappers, and glow-in-the-dark stars. Thank you, Cassie. Please welcome Amendment Number 1, created and worn by Lauren Hemmert. This garment is made from cardboard, soda cans, and magazine pages. Thank you, Lauren. Please welcome up next, we have Lunch is on Me. Created and worn by Brittany Pemble. This garment is made from paper napkins, paper lunch bags, and paper grocery bags. Thank you, Brittany. Next up is Brittany's little sister, Megan, wearing I Come in Pieces. Made from tin foil, trash bags, chicken wire, and paper clips. Thank you, Brittany. Please welcome to the stage Sassy Trash Duo by Brittany Palky. Made from painted bubble wrap, newspaper, cardboard, paper bag, tin foil, pop can, film strip, and paper clip. Thank you, Brittany. Up next we have Cover to Cover by Emily Reed. This garment's created from burlap sacks, raffia, and book pages. Thank you, Emily. Up next, Too Precious to Waste by Patty Chen. This garment's made from trash bags, tissue paper, plastic tablecloth, and coffee filters. Please welcome Hombre Sweethearts by Sarah Lynn Hughes. Modeled by Kylie Coakley. This garment is made from plastic tablecloth, paint chips, and duct tape. Thank you, Kylie. Here we have The Little Recycled Dress by Kirsten Weiss. Made from trash bags, magazine pages, and tissue paper. Thank you, Kirsten. Here we have Wonders of Color by Yuritsi Martinez. Made from tissue paper, newspaper, magazine pages, and newspaper again. Please welcome next we have The Frugal Fairy by Tasmin Stubbs, modeled by her sister, Emily Stubbs. This garment is made from upholstery fabric scraps, unmatched clip-on earrings, wire, newspaper, underwear, and plastic grocery bags. Thank you, Emily. Please welcome Rap Star by McKenna Peters. This garment is made from gum wrappers, tinfoil, trash bag drawstrings, and shoes made from duct tape. Thank you, McKenna. Last but certainly not least for this evening's contestants, McKenna's older sister Taylor wearing her creation, Cupcakes, Please. This garment's made from paper cups, magazine pages, reusable shopping bags, cardboard, and t-shirt scraps. Thank you, Taylor. Let's give a big round of applause for all of the
Their fashions were judged based on their workmanship, their originality, both in their design and the materials that they used, and the overall impact, the look that they created, hair, makeup, shoes, all their accessories, the complete look of what they put together. The first place prize winner will receive tonight a $100 gift certificate to Olive Boutique, a $100 gift certificate to Simply Grand Boutique. They're going to get to keep their canvas that's up on the wall. They're going to get a $30 gift certificate to Clockworks, a dozen gourmet cupcakes from Sugar Sugar, 6 tickets to Capital City Theater, and $200 cash, which they did not know about. So first I will announce, it was so hard to choose. All the judges loved all of the dresses and Alex's paper pants, our guy back there. So we do have 2 honorable mentions that I first want to announce. And they will win $50 cash and a $10 Clockworks gift certificate. So our first honorable mention is Brittany Pemble. And you can walk out there and show everybody. This is lunch. Our second honorable mention is Taylor Peters. One more little thing before I announce the grand prize. There's also going to be a People's Choice Award. You might have seen that in the program. You can vote online. It should be live right now if you go to facebook.com/studiosubdio and find the little box that says People's Choice. You can vote, and that person will win a lot of prizes, a total value of $682 from our sponsors, including $100 of cash. The only stipulation is our grand prize winner cannot also win People's Choice, but our honorable mentions could. So just keep that in mind. And our grand prize winner is Aaliyah Madison. Thank you all for coming. I just want to give all the contestants one more